Greetings, everyone, from the lovely Forest Lawn, Hollywood Hills, California. We're right near the main entrance, and I'm going to visit the grave of TV actor and producer Jack Webb. He's just up the hill here a little bit. John Randolph Webb, born April 20th, 1920 in Santa Monica, California. He died December 23rd, 1982 at 62 years of age in West Hollywood. He was an actor, TV producer, director, screenwriter. I think we all remember him for his role of Police Sergeant Joe Friday on the TV series Dragnet. It started in the early 1950s through the 60s to the 70s. Actually, as far as I know, it lasted over 20 years. He grew up in Santa Monica, California, in a poor section of Los Angeles, in a rooming house that his mother ran. His father unfortunately left the family before he was born, so he never really knew his dad. So during World War II, he enlisted in the Army Air Forces. He was a crewman. He left the military and got work on a radio show about a private detective called, the show was Pat Novak for Hire. And this soon followed more radio shows: Johnny Modero, Jeff Regan, Investigator, Murder and Mr. Malone. And he had a couple of bit parts too in Hollywood film. But he got the idea to start Dragnet in 1949 as a radio show. So let's go up here, look at his grave. It was a bit overgrown with grass when I came here, but wasn't bad. He got the idea to start Dragnet as a radio show, which ran for several years. Actually about 2 years. And then he made the transition to television with Dragnet. So that's how the whole world came to know Jack Webb. Here's Mr. John Randolph Webb right here. You set up the camera. Now, the whole idea of having a radio and TV series about Dragnet was to really redeem and reform the public image of the Los Angeles Police Department. The Los Angeles Police Department, if I recall correctly, it was begun sometime around 1870, and for several decades, quite a few decades, there was a lot of corruption in that agency. Police were taking bribes. Some of them were doing work for houses of ill repute, shall we say. They were covering up crimes. They were working for the underworld. Many officers were just, and they were especially toward minorities, they were quite a bit abusive. Well, Jack Webb came along with the idea to reform that image, and he wasn't the only one. In the LAPD, Chief William Parker, who was initially kind of unsure and wary about the show, but he saw an opportunity to, put the police in a positive light. Actually, I liked the show. I liked the content. I thought the acting itself was, I would grade it as maybe a C-. It wasn't really good acting. I felt the actors were just giving these long recitals of script without much emotion or passion. But the content of the show and the script itself, I thought the scripts were very good, with or without the good acting. Anyway, Chief William Parker, who really expanded the LAPD and brought on the SWAT team and modernized them quite a bit. Jack Webb worked closely with Chief Parker in order to give a positive image of the officers. I think most of you recall who Gene Roddenberry was, the inventor, writer, and producer of the old Star Trek series in the 1960s. Gene Roddenberry himself was a Los Angeles police officer. And, you know, anyway, the LAPD has been kind of front and center for a long time as far as good publicity, at least in the entertainment field. When we had incidents like the Rodney King beating in 1991, I believe that was, you know, not so good an image. But anyway, Jack Webb went on to produce other TV shows like Adam 12, the one with Martin Milner and Kent McCord, The DA. That's an old TV series. I think it was from the late 50s. The DA was it was based on the life and career of Vincent Bugliosi, and also Emergency. Jack Webb produced that. Unfortunately, Mr. Jack died of a heart attack in 1982 at 62 years of age. So here he is. I'm told, or I read somewhere, that he was buried with full police honors. He was never a cop himself. He was never a police officer, but the LAPD came out here and they had I think a 3-gun salute for him, and they probably played taps, and yeah, I mean, he was treated just like a real officer that had fallen. So rest in peace, Mr. Jack. I liked your series. The acting, as I say, the acting wasn't all that sharp and good, but the content of the scripts themselves, I liked them. And Jack Webb was very, very pro-patriot. He was very pro-law and order. And I am too. I'm very pro-law and order. I'm not anti-police at all like many people are today. I'm pro-police. I'm pro-civic order. And Jack Webb came to symbolize an ordered, law-abiding society. So rest in peace, sir.